All right, just give it one more minute, folks, and then we'll get started. That could be my my trick to go. All right, so the title of today's webinar is 7 Great Features of Microsoft Edge, and I hope to convince, if you're not already using Microsoft Edge as your default browser, I'm hoping to convince you today that it's definitely worth giving it a crack. Just before we get started, just a reminder that that IT&T, the advantage of IT&T is that we are both a managed service provider. So what does that mean? It just means that we are the experts at trying to bring all of your business needs together into one phone call, one email, and one monthly bill. But increasingly, as we move and grow as a business, we are also a managed security provider. So that means that we've been paying a particular focus on managing the security of the customers in which we so wonderfully serve. It means we take a lot of effort and time into managing the risk that we as businesses are exposed to, and an increasingly increasing threat landscape for bad actors working in the cyberspace. So, as mentioned, today's presentation is all about some of the great features that are available to you today in Microsoft Edge. So these are the 7 things I'm going to be demonstrating to you today. That is using collections, and a collection is a collection of websites that you may need to use every day, or you may need to go back to on a regular basis. We're also going to be looking at a feature called progressive web apps. So if you are a user of our phone system with IT&T, which we call 3CX, we actually install the 3CX application as a progressive web app. And if you haven't already done so, I'm going to show you how to do that today. Also going to show you how to use split screen, built-in screen capture, how to improve the system performance of your browsing, as well as the Microsoft Edge Tools Sidebar. Last but not least, and this is a really, really useful feature, is that you can show you using Microsoft Edge how to annotate and comment and mark up PDF files directly from your web browser. So without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing that screen and then start sharing my browser. Okay, so on my screen now, you should be able to see my Microsoft Edge browser. And the first first thing I wanted to show you today is how to use collections. I'm sure, like most people, when I arrive at work in the morning, the very first thing I do is go and open up a whole lot of my business applications via a web browser. So, time-consuming task, you might well have saved them all as favorites here, and you open them up one by one by one by one. An alternative approach is to actually create a collection. So as the name implies, a collection is simply a collection of your favorite websites. So over here, I'm opening up my collections sidebar simply by using the 3 dots at the top here and selecting collections here on the under the settings tab. So when I open a collection, you'll see I've already got a collection of work applications. So if I just select that now, sorry, I will go back and just select and open. So with that, I can now open up all of my my collections. So there's my Dynamics and Xero. Won't log into Xero, but you get the idea. So anyone can open and create these collections. You can add notes to tell what we're looking for. I'm just going to show you how to do how to create a new collection. So starting at the top here, I'm going to say create a new collection, and there might well be a page or that we want to add to that. So if I go here, I can add the current page. There you go, I've added 0. Again, I can go and switch over to, and I can basically just keep adding as many web pages as I like to our collection. Great thing about this is, as I said, there's no limits to the number of collections that you can make. So you might be researching a current project that you're working on, and there's a whole lot of websites that you've been coming backwards and forwards to each day or on a very regular basis over a period of time. So you can just make that into a collection. It means when you come back to working on that part of your project, all of your links, histories are all together under one collection. So it's a really nice feature that's available. And again, happy to take any questions at the end if you'd like to know more about collections. Next thing I want to show you is a progressive web app. So I'm going to show you my LinkedIn. I will confess it's not something that I look at every day, but I know a lot of people do, particularly in marketing, might use the company's LinkedIn page quite frequently. They're posting and adding lots of information. And rather than go and just open up the LinkedIn as a single tab amongst your browsers, we can actually create what's known as a progressive web app. So in other words, we now treat that page as its own application. So we can actually treat it like it's a program or an icon or something that we can just open up directly. So in order to do that, we now can go through and create this as an app. So if you go down, again, using the 3 dots at the top here, we go to apps, and now you can see it gives us the option to install this site as an app. So if I select that now, it's going to say, would you like to create that? What would you like to name it? Well, obviously, we'll keep it as LinkedIn, and I'm now going to install. So what does that do? It now gives me it looks and feels just like an app. It's not, doesn't look and feel quite so much like its own individual web page, but it's actually looking like an app. So I've got all my features at the top here. Now, when you go install the app, it does give you these options here. I can pin this to my taskbar. I can pin it to the start. I can create a desktop shortcut, and I can also choose to auto start the device on login. So this is something, if I was creating the 3CX progressive web app on my computer, rather than using 3CX as a web page, I can actually look at something that looks a lot like this. And again, I'm just going to stop sharing this and then share my 3CX window with you. And that's what a progressive web app looks like. So when it opens in the morning, I've got mine set to auto start. So when I turn the PC on in the morning, it's automatically logging me in to my 3CX phone application. I'm able to see my team. I'm interacting with this web app in the same way that I would with a traditional software application that might be installed on your PC, like a Word document or Word application or Excel or anything else. So this, if it's not done so already and you are a 3CX customer of ours, I encourage you to try it, see if you can create your own web app for the 3CX application. As I said, very easy to do, just by taking you through that process. So logging in on a web page and then setting it as a web app, a progressive web app. So once I do that, I'm just going to, again, stop sharing and turn back to my what I've done over here. So I'm going to create that web app, and now you'll see that I've now got well, you won't see this, but I've now got LinkedIn as a pinned application on my taskbar, and as well as a desktop shortcut. So this web page now, it's a really commonly used, if it's a really commonly used web application for you, this is a great way to get to where you need to go in a really fast way. Very good. So again, I'm just going to stop sharing there and share, go back to my Microsoft Edge. So I've just got to close a few windows here, guys. All right. So next thing I want to show you is the split screen functionality. So again, using the three dots here, I now have the option to create a split screen. So when you create a split screen, this is really useful when you're having to do a lot of work but switching between different applications. So you might be using your accounting package, in our case Xero, and you're also trying to create a new product in your CRM. So often you're constantly switching between two different applications. Or switching between tabs. Split screen is a fabulous way to work more efficiently between the different open tabs or applications that you've got going. So what you'll see on my screen now is that split screen. You can do lots and lots of different things. Just by clicking that split screen icon at the top there, you'll notice that it goes away. You can flick between. So if you might want, in my case, I've got Xero on the left. You can flick it over between left and right. You can even go, at the moment I've got it set up as a vertical split screen. You can also split your screen horizontally, so you can have one application at the top and one application at the bottom. It all comes down to personal preference, and again, easily customizable depending on what you want to do. So when you create a split screen, when you close the split screen, all it does is it just brings the two tabs all open as separate tabs again, rather than in the same tab. Yeah, so that's split screen. Also wanted to show you the built-in screen capture. So once again, I'm just going to move a few things around here. So here is our IT&T homepage. With built-in screen capture, I've got that ability now to capture what you see. So if you go down again using the three dots there and go screenshot, up here it gives you two options, or three options. So I can capture an area by, you can see that my mouse has now changed. I can capture just my selection. I can mark up the capture. So once I've got it here, I can draw and create notes. I can underline. Do all the things. And again, if you don't like what you've done, you can just erase. And then once you select save or copy up the top here, you've got the option to copy the capture that you've just made and paste that into a Word document or wherever it needs to go. Or you can create a saved, which saves it as a JPEG. So nice and good function there. But we can also, and this is really cool, you can actually capture the entire page, the entire web page. So if I do that, you'll see now I've actually captured all of that web page. Again, it looks like a web page because I can scroll it, but it's now captured it as a JPEG image. So again, useful if you're creating, like you're trying to capture a lot of different elements together on that screen. So rather than click, drag and scroll only what you can see, and then scrolling down and then doing another capture and then another capture, that feature there allows you to capture the entire page, the web page that you're looking at. Once again, with all of those features that I can do all sorts of things and highlight and save the captured image as a JPEG. So that's screen capture. The other thing I wanted to highlight is that, and this is really, I think, the big change that that Microsoft Edge has over Google Chrome is that Google Chrome is very resource hungry, and the more and more tabs that we open on our computer, the more and more resources that are being consumed on the computer. So we often get calls here at IT&T, can you please help me? My computer's running very, very slow. Our team will look at it and they do, I'm sure you've all heard of taskbar or task manager, where you do Control-Alt-Delete, and you can actually see what's consuming all the resources and what's making your team go very slow. In a similar way to that, there is an inbuilt task manager to Microsoft Edge. So if we go here down to more tools, we've got here the browser task manager. So if I select that, it looks just like your inbuilt system task manager, but this time this is very specific for your browser, for Microsoft Edge. So we can sort out, we can look at things which might have crashed, and it will show you those items that have been crashed, and you can end the process and work out basically what's using up all of the resources on your computer. The other thing that we can do using system performance tools is we can optimize how resources are used in each of the open tabs. So we would recommend that you turn on this feature here. So if you, again, under the three dots and go to performance, you can turn on save power with efficiency mode. So what that does is that you can continue to browse, and we'll keep track of all the tabs that you've got open but are not currently active. And once that tab hasn't been opened or active for 30 minutes, it's effectively going to put that tab into sleep mode, saving time, saving energy, and saving resources on your computer. So if you've got, like I often do, have 30 or more tabs open during the day, 20 or more of those tabs in my case will actually be in sleeping mode and not consuming very much in the way of computer resources. So that's a great feature to turn on. That's turned off by default. So if you are like me and you are using a lot of open tabs during the day, I would recommend definitely turning that feature on. The second last of my 7 great tools for using with Microsoft Tab is this sidebar feature. So you may notice down the right-hand edge of my screen here, I actually have got another sidebar. Now to turn this feature on, just go to Settings and search Sidebar. And you'll see here we've now got our results. So you can have the sidebar off, which is there by default. It will show you as never showing. I've got mine as always on. And when you turn the sidebar on, you're then able to add all of your commonly used tools that you might need every day to your sidebar. So you'll see I can open up my email, my Outlook. I've got my Teams application, and I've got this wonderful collection of tools here called Tools. So if I show you what's inside Tools, you've got a speed test, you've got a calculator, you've got a unit converter, a translator, a world clock, and you can add other tools like number converters, timers, QR code scanners, typing tests, you name it, can be added into this toolbar. So quick, easy access to these common tools that we all use every day. So rather than going, searching for it using your start bar, you've now got these tools available for you at all times. Okay, so last feature I wanted to show you guys today was opening a PDF file and annotating it directly. So if you give me one moment, I'm just going to open up a brochure. Okay, so what you should see on the screen now is our brand new brochure from IT&T, our company portfolio 2025-2026. So this is 36 pages. You can imagine there was lots and lots of backwards and forwards within the team here at IT&T. We were doing lots of edits. We were trying to get this right, this brochure just perfect, so that when we hand it out, this is something that we could be very proud of. What people don't realize is that unless you have a paid version of Adobe Acrobat, you can't generally annotate or mark up an Adobe PDF document if you are just using the straight reader version of Adobe, the free version. But in Microsoft Edge, of course, you can. So again, similar sorts of tools that we had, I showed you previously, is that I can use my drawing tool. I can change the thickness, I can change the color, and I can annotate. I can put some text beside it to say, hey, this needs to be updated. And I can continue going through my document in such a fashion. Look on the screen now. It would be remiss of me not to show some of the history here at IT&T and some of the publicity that Serge has received over the last 30 years. And there's a very young-looking Serge there sitting in front of a very, very old computer. So very proud of all of Serge's achievements. And I would say let's give Serge the big tick. Good on you, Serge. So yeah, so that, and of course, once you've finished saving and annotating and marking up your PDF documents, you can just save as per normal, and it will save as an Adobe Acrobat document with all of those marked up features already added. Very good. So folks, that was all I had for you today in terms of some great features that are available for you in Microsoft Edge. I will also say that the Microsoft Edge, they've cleverly built Edge on the same code and layout as Google Chrome. So anything that opens in a Google Chrome page should well open up in a Microsoft Edge. So it uses less resources, and of course, the main reason we're encouraging clients to start using Edge over Chrome is that you've got built in, if you've got Microsoft Business Premium licenses, which most of you do, there is built in Microsoft Defender. So if you're trying to open up a dodgy website, Defender is built right into the Edge browser, and of course, it's going to block you trying to open that dodgy website immediately. And that's a feature that is unique to Microsoft with Microsoft Edge. So thanks very much, folks. I'm available now for some Q&A if you'd like. And otherwise, like we have done over the last few months, I do have a quick quiz for you, and we'll be very pleased to hand up a prize of a wireless charger. This month, rather than the ComSol product, I'm going to give away one of our IT&T lovely wireless chargers for your mobile phone. Okay, so any questions on the chat? I'll go back and share my screen. Just one moment. I'm just going to go back here. Good question. Okay, so Lachlan has posed a question on the team chat, on the chat for this is, just a question for users without a password manager like LastPass or Dashlane or Edge Passes. Will collections allow auto login or still requires each page to be authenticated? And Serge has responded by saying that if a site supports single sign-on, SSO, with Microsoft M365, then as long as you can log in with your M365 credentials, nothing else is required to log into the page. Okay, so how do we access the PDF editing tools on Edge? And Melissa, happy to help. So once again, if you were to open up, and I'll step you through this, is by default, if you've got Adobe Reader installed on your PC, the settings may be that you are automatically opening up with Adobe Reader. To change that, just right-click on the PDF document, and again, I'm just going to I'll share my entire screen here so you can watch what I'm doing. Okay, so you're now looking at my entire screen. So if I go and find now goodness, I've got so many windows open. If I go and find a email there, so you can see that's the email I opened up earlier. If you right-click on that now, Melissa, and go open with, and you can see you've got the option there to open with Microsoft Edge. And we can also set Microsoft Edge as your default. So when you open up all PDF documents in the future, they'll open up with Microsoft Edge. So when I do that, I'm now opening up the PDF document as inside the Microsoft Edge browser, and now you've got all these tools available for you at the top here. So we can translate, we can read aloud, we can add text boxes here. We can erase, we can draw directly onto there, and then we can just save the PDF document. So that's how to do that. And yeah, Serge has also said, yeah, that we would recommend uninstalling the reader so that all your PDFs open in the Edge browser. Very good. Now, just in the interest of time, I'm now going to just quickly flip over and ask our question of the month with the winner. The first person to answer the question correctly will receive one of our fabulous IT&T wireless chargers. So if I go back here now, and the question is, which of the Microsoft Edge features is best for managing the computer resources? Is it A, collections, B, split screen, C, the tools sidebar, or D, system performance? So if you'd like to get your answers into the chat. Oh, look at this. And Carol is the winner this month. Congratulations, Carol. And we'll get that wireless charger out to you in the next day or two. Very good. Is there any other questions in the minute or so that we've got left? No. Okay, look, thanks again. And we really do appreciate everyone joining our monthly webinar series. Again, we're trying to keep the series to be informative, useful. If there is any other suggestions for a topic for next month, obviously in the world of IT, it's limitless how many of these sessions that we can do. It has been suggested that we might do a Microsoft Outlook training session the next month. Microsoft Outlook has been the go-to program for managing email globally for at least the last 20 years. I love Microsoft Outlook. I believe that it is one of the most useful business productivity tools when used correctly. So I'm happy to put on a session next month on getting the most out of Microsoft Outlook. But if there is any other suggestions, I'd really appreciate those coming through either on the team chat or through to me directly. Thanks very much, guys, and look forward to seeing you again next month.